Welcome to Scale With Us, the podcast for business owners navigating the absolute chaos of scaling a business and juggling all that life throws at you along the way.
Each week, we'll be talking about our wins and fails and everything in between because let's be real, it's not all smooth scaling.
So grab a drink, settle in, and let's get into it.
If your website's just a pretty homepage with listings, you're leaving money on the table.
And today we're going to break down the 4 things that your website might need to have if you'd actually like to bring in leads, not just look good. We want you to walk away with a simple checklist for you to be able to go away and audit your site and start generating more leads today. Would you like some more leads?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't want some more leads? So, we see a lot of agencies' websites. Not that that's our job, but like obviously we're probably one of the first things we do when we have a client inquiry is we look at their website, check them out. I know for me in my business, I look at a lot of clients' websites.
Yeah.
And I know we talk a lot about sea of sameness, but we see a lot of sea of sameness in real estate websites.
Yeah.
Or
really bad ones.
some really bad ones.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard because I know a lot of real estate websites are templated, but there are some really good ones out there. So I suppose we want to dive in today. What are some of the most, common issues that we see on agents' websites that are probably preventing them from getting more leads?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the most obvious ones is just making it all about the listings, all about the solds, nothing about the agency, the agents, or, that particular.
Well, they have an
agent.
About Me page, but it's like,
Yeah, it's always
it's not making it
hidden.
about the client, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, how, if I land on your page, do I know that you're the right agent for me, not just search for listings or here's our listings?
Yeah. I
Because
think people go to the portals like realestate.com and domain.
I don't know if people go to your website for listings.
No, they don't.
Unless they're desperate and they're trying to like find, a back end in the market. But even still, right? That's another thing I was telling with a client about the other day. It's like you do off market listings, but there's no way on your website for someone to join up for your secret list for off market listings. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I think it's they are, I agree. And I think even if they've got, I think you said it's like not showing enough about your agency. I would argue it's not showing enough about what problems you solve for your client.
Yeah.
And I would say people are landing on the website going like, this is pretty, but is this the right agency for me? Is this the right property manager for me?
Yeah.
I think, and this is probably, we'll talk about tracking, but like it'd be interesting to see how many people land on your website and then just
Disappear.
disappear because it's sort of, okay, well, I didn't come here for listings. I came here to sort of assess you. It's sort of why we go researching now. A lot of clients, instead of, looking at a shop front, they're going to go researching online. They might have seen you recommended. They might have seen your Google reviews and then or seen you on socials. Then they go to your website and go, cool, who are they? What are they about? Can I get the information I need to make a decision that I want to now go and use this person? I think that definitely leaves a lot of money on the table. So what do we recommend agents do about that?
Change it up.
Change it up? Well, I think it's probably defining that. It's like we spoke about
Absolutely,
last time in
defining.
the last episode. Define that ideal client. Who are you speaking to?
Yeah.
So who do you help and what do you help them achieve?
Yeah. And
What
how?
problems do you solve and how do you do that?
Yeah.
And making sure that's very clear, pretty, they say above the fold. There's this whole website.
Yeah.
Above the
So what
fold.
does that mean?
Well, it
If
means
someone's landing on the page,
Yeah.
it's like what's above that spot where they have to start scrolling because the likelihood of them scrolling really depends on what's above that fold. Like you've got to get their attention. You've got to have them land on the page and go, yep, this is the right thing for me. This is the right person for me.
to be able to go and explore further.
Totally.
Yeah, 100%. And I think a lot of people will have listings and search bars. I know some agencies now will have, like what's the home worth, which does, maybe like a digital appraisal.
Yep.
But very few, and some of them do, very few have a very clear message, we help X achieve Y by doing Z.
Yeah.
Very simple formula for some messaging that would be really great to have pretty clear. That makes me go, oh, that's me. I would like to know more.
Yes.
I think, but to be able to have that, you need to do that ideal client work like we've been talking about and really know and understand what's their pain points, challenges, frustrations, or what are their goals and desires and aspirations, and making sure that the messaging, like we said on socials, filters through on the website as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all very aligned. I think number 2 is there's no obvious path for them to take action. Like you can even have that messaging spot on when they land on the page, but if they read that and they go, yep, that's me, how do I get in contact? What's the next step?
Well, no, they can see. And it says book an appraisal.
Yeah, which isn't for everybody.
No.
So there needs to be, some options or like really clear.
And appraisals are very it's a very industry jargon type term as well.
A lot of people wouldn't know what that means.
Find out, maybe it's even shifting the messaging, find out what your home could sell for in this market or what it would rent for in this market.
Yeah.
That might sort of peak that next stage of action. But I mean, we've probably both seen websites where you either have to go digging to find out, okay, where's the contact page? How do I get in contact with this person? Or you click on the button and it says, get an instant appraisal or get a, appraisal. And then it goes to a form where you have to fill out your details. So often I see that then that sends an email to someone in an office that has to wait for like a manual response. There's no automation. There's no, and then someone's manually putting that in a database. So it's very, very disjointed.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that's a real gap. And I think making it very easy to.
And automated.
Yeah. But even as I was saying in a keynote I did recently around, there's a lot of websites outside of our industry where you go on them and we've all gone shopping on, let's say the Iconic, right?
Yeah.
If you land on there, it pops up like, hey, sale, or like, hey, get your $10 off voucher or 20% off voucher. And of course, we're like, oh, in case I buy something from these people, I would like to have the voucher.
Yeah.
There's other websites where it might be like join up for exclusive, discounts, or maybe it's the spinny crazy wheels or whatever it is, right? Obviously they do that because then that's database building. You're capturing all these people who may not be ready to purchase yet. And this has happened to me so many times where I've done that on a website and haven't bought something straight away, but then slowly I'm warmed up and those lovely ads retarget you and find you.
Yeah.
And eventually you go, okay, I will go get that pair of shoes.
Yeah. And an email and text, add a text box on there because that is gold.
Like with a phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and really kind of try and find the ways. And, obviously we're not selling shoes.
Yeah.
But, it's like we spoke about when we're talking about the socials. It's like maybe it's not diving into, let's go home together straight away. It's like, what's the buy me a drink first for your business?
Yeah.
So is it offering, like I said before, hey, we actually have really amazing off-market properties, but you have to be on our exclusive VIP list to get them. So sign up. Or if you want your property on the exclusive VIP list, sign up. Or maybe like we spoke about having lead magnets and guides. It's like, hey, your five must-know tips about renting out your property in Manly.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe then it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm thinking about renting out my property. Maybe I'm not ready yet. Get the guide and come into your world, into your funnel. Or maybe it's book a call. Like a lot of my clients now, it's like, have we got a call booking link on there and not book a call or request a call that then goes to another form. And then you fill out a form and wait to hear back from someone. Using your booking systems like Calendly or you're booking through your Microsoft, or I think Google has it now as well, and show some available times in your calendar. Like people love clicking on buttons and doing things.
I want to book a call.
Yeah.
I want to pick a time. So I'm prepared. It goes in my calendar and I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I think if people are on your
feel in
page,
control as well.
Yeah, that's right. And people are busy. So if you think people are going to just wait around for their phone to ring from you, like you've got rocks in your head.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be very hard to get people on the phone.
Mm.
So if you can book in a time, like have them book in their own time, goes in their calendar, goes in yours, they get text reminders, they get email reminders, like the show up rates of people jumping on that call.
And it's low barrier. It is the buyer trick. It's like, let's have a chat first before I decide if I want to bring you into my home.
Yeah, exactly. Like book a 10-minute call. Let's have a quick chat.
Yeah.
Instead of
we've got
book an
a
appraisal.
client in Newcastle, we've had it for a while with the investor calls, but we've now just added it in for thinking about buying a property. You can chat with one of our, junior agents to chat about buying a property or thinking about selling. Let's just have a chat first to see if we're aligned to work together. And like they're getting calls booked in, which is really awesome. Or it could be, as there's a lot of websites now that are even, have like a pop-up chatbot on there. It's like, what can we help you with today?
Love that.
I'm thinking about selling my property.
Yeah.
Now the key is I've seen a lot of people who put these in and then it's like, oh, no one's available right now. Like we'll get someone to call you. If you're going to go to the effort of having some sort of chatbot or AI on your website, like train it, like make
Yes.
sure it knows how to handle, oh yeah, we'd definitely love to help you with that.
Yeah.
We'd love to get someone to come out. Are you ready for someone to come out and see your home, or would you like to book a call?
Yeah.
The agent can actually then walk them through the booking of that. And
Love
then
that.
whatever it is, whether it's that or the form or the Calendly, making sure that whatever you've got set up in your automations and workflows behind the scenes actually works for you and
Yeah.
is not just disjointed manual, waiting for someone to hear back and manual data entry. And it depends on your website and your CRM, but when you're choosing software, make sure it all can speak to each other.
Yeah.
So that if someone fills out a form on your website, worst case, or books that call or downloads the guide, there's an instant response. Hey, we've got you. We've got your inquiry. Maybe that's an instant notification to the person who needs to call them. It's instantly going into the database. And then there's a nurture sequence set up off the back of that via email or text to keep in touch with that person or warm them up to, some more tips for renting out their property in that suburb or getting ready to sell if they're, potential seller. So it's like then it's not just, oh, we got an inquiry, we tried to call them, didn't hear back, and then it's ghost town.
Nurture sequence.
Yeah, a
Yep.
nurture sequence.
And
Or
check it. Have either you check it, have someone in your team, have your VA, whatever. Check it once a week, once a fortnight, just to make sure it's working. It's still
my gosh.
relevant.
Can I tell you how many offices I go in to do consulting?
Yeah.
And we do like a bit of a, a new business audit to make when we're talking about their growth strategy.
Yeah.
And like one of the things I do is I put in a new business inquiry.
Where does it go?
Half the time they go, I don't know where that goes. And I'm like, well, I'm just an
That's
investor.
why you don't have any leads.
I'm an investor and I'm inquiring. And like, oh, I think that goes to Jenny in admin. And then she forwards it on to us.
Wild.
And then I'm like, oh, cool. So, and then who's putting that in the database? Well, then it's going to maybe the BDM or the property manager. They're calling. And I'm like, where's that lead going? Oh, well, like if we don't get hold of them, like that lead's going nowhere. I'm like, okay, so we need, some better ways to get contact. I mean, if someone's going to fill out a form, like the way that the world works now in every other area of your life, you fill out something, you get an instant response.
Yeah.
You order something online, fill out a form,
You
it's
expect
instant. And so it creates a distrust. Like if I fill out a form and I'm like, then the other thing is most websites just pop up with a thanks for submitting your form, we'll be in touch. It's not built like we're taught in, outside the real estate industry, you build funnels. So someone fills something out, they're then taken to a thank you page, which has custom information built for them. Maybe another resource that might be helpful for them while they're waiting to hear back from you.
Yeah.
Or worst case, then has that email. But most platforms are not set up to do that, which is really frustrating.
It's wild.
And we usually have to do like some workarounds. So sometimes we'll use, say, Zapier to zap it into, the database if the website's not speaking direct to the database platform. So yes, making sure that we've got a clear, so the takeaway is making sure that we've got some clear ways for people to contact you other than just an appraisal booking form that goes nowhere.
Yeah. Love it. Another one I see is no social proof on the website. So, and it's just not good enough as well to just have one or two testimonials that are typed on the website that look pretty. Like people,
I think sometimes people don't trust the ones that
that's
make
what I
it
was,
look like
yeah, that's what I was going to
it's been
say.
made up.
You,
Saw one the other day and it was like, it was obviously still the placeholder one, like from maybe when the website was built, and you could tell it was like a laureate if some, like that fake wording. It's like, okay, we need to fix it.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, people look at that now and they go, is that a real testimony or is that fake? So to have, your Google reviews,
Well,
that's
question,
being
right?
onto
So
your
this is
website.
a question I got asked. Do you need to have stuff on your website if you've got everything on your Google? Because like some businesses really focus on getting a lot of Google reviews. But I think I feel like that's obviously people use that for research, but I still think people want to see social proof. So maybe it's not, you can have plugins that put your Google reviews on there. You can have screenshots of them, but then it's like, maybe it's then case studies.
Yep.
Or video testimonials, I think are really, really powerful. There's some agencies that are clocking onto this now, having some video testimonials from clients that have used them.
Yep.
You can't really hide from that, although with AI coming in, maybe you could make up some video testimonials
paid
too
actors.
now. Don't use that tip. But yeah, it's like, how can you collect more testimonials? And I think some people get blocked with that. It's like, oh, like I can't get someone in a studio or like a camera in front of them. But there's some really great tools. Like there's one we started using called Boast. IO or something,
Mhm.
and that you send a link, they record their testimonial, and it turns it into like a little video with captions and stuff.
Yeah, amazing.
There's plenty of other tools out there
Yep.
that will help you capture video testimonials.
Yeah.
And you can say to people, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to
No.
be like, hey, I was feeling really crappy with my old agency beforehand. I was really frustrated with X. I started working with these guys and now I feel Y. And so if you're thinking about using them, I'd really recommend because of ABC.
Yeah.
Like-
it only needs to be short.
So Boast
Short,
is good
sweet.
for that though, because it prompts the person on what to say.
Oh, good.
Like it sort of pops up with the questions on the screen for them to kind of answer,
Yep.
which is really cool.
Yeah, so good.
Um,
I think even screenshots of text messages or, things like that, that's real life. That's, a vendor or a landlord sending you a text message to say,
yeah, like thank
well
you so
done.
much. So
Yeah.
happy with the result.
Yep. And I think for a long time people stopped or just didn't put that on their website because it doesn't suit the branding and all of that. But I think there's a real place for that now. Trying to get away from less of the aesthetic looking, caption of someone writing something that could be fake and having some screenshots on there. That's really powerful.
Oh, totally. And I think results as well, like results and stats. Like I think it's that social proof is not just then what people have said,
Yeah.
but it's having some stats around your performance. Now, stats is interesting because it's relevant to, you might see a stat and you might go, oh, like 7 days on market. Maybe someone looks at that and goes, is that good or bad? I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure.
true.
So it's like maybe having some stats on there that show that not only you have the stat, but there's some difference or
Yeah.
benefit over and above the competition, right? So if
Yep.
it's like,
The
7 days
area.
on market,
Yeah.
we lease properties 3 times faster than the competition.
Yep.
Average days on market is 21 days.
Yeah, love that.
Like
Yep.
it's just a way of having that social proof. Or maybe it's those case studies where it's like leased after 2 days on the market.
Yeah.
Like that helps people come on your site and go, oh, not only do I feel like I'm in the right place, not only is it easy to contact them, but like I can see that they've got the kind of results that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Also, awards and things like that is also very good to have. But social proof, if you are, sponsoring the local football team, have that on there as well. People want to know that you're involved in the community, you're giving back. It's that sort of social proof as well that makes people, gel with you and, see that you're out there doing good things, other than just,
See, I have a hot take on that.
Yeah.
On sponsorship and community
Ooh,
involvement.
yeah. What's your hot take?
I think sometimes people put it on their site and they're not actually active in the community. They've slapped a check on something and they're not
good
actually
point.
active, right? So you see all the time with sports clubs. And people ask me, should I put sponsorship money into something? I'm like, really only if you're actually going to go and be involved in that thing.
Totally. Yep.
Or should you share that on your socials? Really actually only if you're actually involved and being a part of it. I think sometimes it's here's my face on a sign at a thing. And, if you went and asked most people, they're like, I don't know who that is. He's not here. He doesn't do that. Or she is not here. She doesn't do that. So I think if you're going to invest in something like a sports club or community and you want to share that on your website, sure, it will look like you're part of it, but you want to make sure that
Absolutely.
that what's happening actually matches it. And if you are, I love a lot of people want to do a lot more community involvement and giving back, really being mindful around how you're sharing that. Not like we just donated this giant check to them and look how good we are. It's like, how do you get other people behind that cause? How are your team showing up at those events and being a part of it? And how are you, not just we donated a check, hey, we've got the community together and we've raised all together X amount of money.
Yeah.
I think people can see through things pretty quickly.
Totally. Yeah.
So-
A logo of a sponsorship, it's not enough. And I think if you're building your socials around that as well, like having that as one of your pillars and you're showing yourself active at these things and giving back, and then they lead to your website and they see the logo and they go, oh yeah, that's right, they sponsor
And
that.
people do like that, right? They want to know what you care about and what you stand for. But make sure it is something that you do care about and stand for, not just to look how good I am for doing X. People who are doing that won't hear me on that one, but that's okay. Okay, number 4 is not tracking and measuring. So I speak to a lot of clients. I'm like, so how's your website performing for you at the moment? And they're like, oh, pretty good. Okay, so how many visitors do we get each month? How many unique visitors do we get each month? How long are people spending on your website? How many leads have we generated from your website?
Nobody.
99% of people can't answer that question. Like, I could go and find out that information, but like those are the stats. So it's like, okay, well, is our website performing as a lead generation machine, or is it a pretty shopfront homepage that is people are walking past going, oh, that looks nice, but they're not actually going to go buy anything.
Yeah. There's a good, so obviously tracking the traffic and everything is great. There's also a tool called Hotjar, which is really, it's interesting. I wouldn't recommend like an ongoing monthly subscription unless you're really going to dig into it. But if you want to make a lot of changes to your website and see what's working and what's not working, Hotjar allows you to track the heat map of where people spend their time. Like, are they...
Or where people are dropping off.
Yeah, or where people are dropping off, for sure. So we recently made a few changes to our website and to our main landing page for our ads, and we're like, why aren't these ads performing? And we stuck Hotjar on there, and we could see that, you know, the top section wasn't engaging enough or didn't have the right message
going forward.
and they just weren't spending any time. They jump on it and scroll right past it. And then they're, you know, dropping off the website completely.
Which I think is a big thing. I know we spoke about in one of the episodes previously around branding, you know, branding being more than just a logo and colors. And I think usually when we're designing and picking websites, we do it basically based just on aesthetics.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've both been lucky enough to work with the amazing Em from Sparrow Studios, and obviously working with her, it's all around building a website for conversion and performance. It's not just to have
Pretty
the prettiest
homepage.
one, which we do have still very beautiful
They're
ones
pretty,
as well.
but
They're
they're
still
also
very
very
pretty,
functioning.
but also, you know, very functional.
Yeah.
So I think it's a big gap to not be, you know, tracking, whether you go to, I think, you know, maybe Hotjar performance is like level 2, but level 1 is like at least know the numbers and the tracking. Because the other thing, I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, should I run ads? Should I run ads to my website? I'm like, don't spend a cent on ads to your website until you've answered these questions for yourself and made sure that, you know, well, good point to wrap up the actions from today is, you know, review your website. Does it really clearly speak to who you help and how you help them, and make sure they feel like they're in the right place? You know, have you got that, you know, clear pathway for them to be able to interact with you and connect with you outside of your book appraisal form and the flow on effect of that? How are you nurturing them and building them into your database? You know, have you got that social proof there? And are you tracking and measuring the success there?
Yeah. And a bit of a plug for Em again, but she would have a free website audit, like book a call with her and she can help you, like go through your website and give you some actionable tips, just some tweaks. It was so important. So important. You do so much work to bring leads into your business. And if they're jumping on your website and they're falling off, that is just such a waste. Yeah.
Oh, and like you've got to kind of be continually analyzing and optimizing. Like even we, you know, we've got an amazing website, it's performing really well. Even like, you know, SEO wise, we're performing really well now since doing it. But our problem is we've realized, we're generating leads through our free lead magnet, but our follow up and what we're doing afterwards is really shit, right? So right now we're focusing on how do we optimize, you know, the people that have said, oh, okay, yeah, buy me a drink. Like how do we now warm them up and butter them up so
Take them on a second date.
so they do want to go home with us.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Well, and look, if you want more help with that, we, you know, as I said, reach out to Em. She can do a free website audit. We've also got, you know, a lot of these tips are built into our Brand Lab membership, so you can jump on in and get some further tips on making sure you have a website that actually generates
for
leads,
you,
not just looks pretty.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
Thanks,
catch you next
guys.
week.
Wrap it up. Bye.